Hi, I'm Jeff Brown, and today I'm in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin, investigating a $100 billion Microsoft project called Stargate, because I believe it will help trigger the next phase of this artificial intelligence boom and make a lot of people very wealthy. Stargate has been called a revolutionary supercomputer, a significant leap forward in AI technology, a quantum jump into the future of computational power, and the most powerful AI system ever created. You see, no matter how you feel about Bill Gates, he's once again at the forefront of a tech revolution that will change the world. Just like his personal computer revolution in the 1980s, had you invested $1,000 in Microsoft when it launched its first version of Windows, you'd have more than $3.7 million today. Other companies involved in Bill Gates' PC revolution also skyrocketed, giving investors a rare opportunity to turn a small stake into 6- and even 7-figure nest eggs. For example, shares of Cisco, which was the largest supplier of IT networking and communications equipment, jumped high enough to turn $1,000 into more than $850,000 in the 1990s alone. And Dell, which revolutionized the PC industry with its custom-built mail-order business model, jumped high enough to turn $1,000 into $1.2 million in the 1990s. For anybody that missed out on that PC boom, you now have a second chance, because I believe Bill Gates is about to kick off another software revolution. And this time, I'm not talking about personal computers. I'm talking about something that NVIDIA's CEO calls AI factories. And what you see behind me could end up becoming one of the largest in the world. This Microsoft AI factory is already in operation, but as you can see, they're expanding. Inside these walls, they're building supercomputers that I believe will lead to the next generation of artificial intelligence, what I call exegesis AI. Now, I know that everyone is talking about AI, so you might be sick of hearing about it, but I can almost guarantee this is something that you've never heard before. Most people have no idea what's about to hit them, and most people don't realize we're moments away from a seismic shift. According to Fortune, this next-gen AI could advance civilization and change the course of human history. IBM says that what they're building inside these new AI factories will trigger a new AI industrial revolution that will be as transformative and incomprehensible to many as the electricity revolution was. And Forbes says exegesis AI will eventually reshape everything. You see, I believe this new type of AI is so revolutionary that it will make ChatGPT as obsolete as something like VHS tapes. I believe it will eventually give us unlimited clean energy, drugs that will cure many diseases that today have no known cure, personal humanoid robots, and much, much more. That's why Microsoft is investing billions in this project. Bill Gates knows that if he develops exegesis AI before his competitors, it could end up being more valuable than Microsoft itself. And of course, Microsoft is not alone. Virtually all the big tech firms are in a race towards this next generation of artificial intelligence, because they know this is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. As Axios says, Meta, Google, and the Microsoft OpenAI Alliance are in the quest for exegesis AI, the AI industry's holy grail. They're investing billions of dollars into these AI factories, building as many as they possibly can. That's why they're popping up all over the country, from Texas to California, from Seattle to Virginia, from Nevada to Nebraska. Simply put, these factories hold the key to exegesis AI. And according to NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, these factories will help trigger the next industrial revolution. And it could eventually transform every single industry on the planet and create $100 trillion in total value. That's trillion with a T. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how you could profit from this $100 trillion race, regardless of who ends up winning it. You see, after months of research, I found a total of 5 stocks that are set to benefit from this next-gen AI, including a company that has just partnered with Bill Gates to create the next-gen smartphones and PC powered by Exegesis AI. A company that many are calling the next NVIDIA because it has developed a chip that has 50 times the computing power of NVIDIA's best-selling chip. A company that's supplying Elon Musk with a key piece of technology that I believe will help power his next revolution. I'm talking about a new AI project that he believes will be worth up to $25 trillion. Now, I'm about to discuss all of these companies and tell you why I believe they're about to skyrocket. But you're going to have to act quickly because there is a critical AI event scheduled around November 19th. Past episodes of this event have been called a game-changing moment, a mind-blowing phenomenon, and a pivotal moment for AI. I believe it's set to send shockwaves through the market once again, potentially sending these 5 stocks higher than anyone can imagine. So let me go inside a studio and give you all the details because we don't have much time. Hi, like I said before, my name is Jeff Brown. I'm a former senior executive of 3 major public tech companies, Qualcomm, NXP Semiconductors, and Juniper Networks. 3 firms that now generate more than $50 billion in annual sales. I'm also an angel investor who's invested in hundreds of deals involving private companies, with returns as high as 5,300%, 7,367%, and even a mind-blowing 20,270%. Because of my tech expertise, I've advised senior officials of the Department of Commerce, policymakers, members of the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and the Defense Intelligence Agency. All that experience has given me the ability to see big tech trends before most people catch on. For example, almost 10 years ago, in July 2015, when most people thought Bitcoin was a scam, I published this write-up on cryptocurrencies encouraging people to buy Bitcoin. It was trading for just $240. Now, anyone who listened to me and held on had a chance to turn just $1,000 into more than $300,000. The following year, in February of 2016, when almost nobody was talking about artificial intelligence, I picked NVIDIA as one of my favorite stocks. Today, it's one of the most popular stocks in the world. Shares have jumped by more than 20,000%. That's enough to turn $1,000 into $203,000. The following year, in 2017, I picked the chip maker AMD as my favorite stock. Today, AMD is another major AI player, and anyone who listened to me and held on had a chance to turn $1,000 into $19,000. And in 2018, I made a bold prediction about self-driving Teslas. Back then, most people thought it was just science fiction. The media was calling Elon Musk a fraud, and Wall Street analysts were predicting that Tesla was about to crash. Virtually everyone thought shares of Tesla were overpriced because they were analyzing it as a car company. But I had a different view. I recommended it to my readers as one of the most important AI stocks to own because it had developed the most advanced self-driving technology in the market. Here's what I wrote. When I think about Tesla, I see one of the leading artificial intelligence companies in the world. This is the incredible part that most don't see or understand. Tesla designed a software AI platform designed to operate cars and trucks. Today, Teslas actually can drive themselves. The Tesla Model Y has become the best-selling vehicle in the entire world. And instead of crashing, shares have jumped as high as 1,700%. And those who listened to me and held on had a chance to turn $1,000 into up to $18,000. And that's really just a small snapshot of my track record. For example, I also picked Palo Alto Networks, a company that's using AI in the cybersecurity space. I picked semiconductor company ASML Holdings before it skyrocketed 582%, And I picked Lam Research, another AI chip stock that's also up big. As you can see, folks who held on had a chance to pocket some substantial returns. Now, of course, these are some of my best picks, but the truth of the matter is a lot of people are already getting rich from AI, and I don't want you to miss out. According to Fortune, this AI stock frenzy helped mint 500,000 new millionaires last year alone in the US. And if you're not one of those millionaires, maybe you've been watching other people get rich from the sidelines and wondering how you should get involved. Well, that's why I decided to record this video. If you've missed out on all of my past big winners like Nvidia, Tesla, AMD, etc., I believe you still have a small window of opportunity to act. You see, I just found a small set of stocks that are working on the next generation of AI, something I call exegesis AI. And I believe this new type of AI is so revolutionary that it could soon make ChatGPT as obsolete as VHS tapes. It's being developed in several factories spread across the country, and I already showed you footage of some of Microsoft's AI factories in Wisconsin where they're building their project Stargate. But these factories are popping up all over the country, from Texas to California, from Seattle to Virginia, from Nevada to Nebraska. Big tech firms like Microsoft, Google, and Meta are locked in a wild race to build as many of these as they possibly can, because they hold the key to exegesis AI. Researchers at IBM said that this new AI has the potential to revolutionize nearly every aspect of human life and work. Big tech is investing billions in these facilities because the prize for the winner could be worth trillions of dollars. Most people won't know what's going on because many of these facilities, they're located in small towns in America's heartland. And that's probably the last place that we'd think we'd find to be the epicenter of the next AI revolution. I'll give you an example. I recently traveled to a small town right at the border between Iowa and Nebraska. And you won't believe what I found in the midst of the cornfields. Check it out. I'm here in Council Bluffs, Iowa, right across the border from Omaha, Nebraska. And I am surrounded by vast fields of corn and soybeans that go on as far as the eye can see. So we would probably never guess that this is one of the epicenters of what I call exegesis AI. You see, Google is also racing towards the next generation of artificial intelligence. That's the company's most important goal, which is why the company is investing $1 billion in 2 new buildings that will turn this into one of the largest AI factories in the world. And it's already massive. We can see the scale of the buildings behind me, and just off to my left, you can see the dedicated power station that Google needs just to feed the electricity demands of its artificial intelligence. If there's one thing that I'm sure of, it will need even more. This new project is on top of the $5 billion Google already invested here, not to mention that Google has similar operations in North and South Carolina, Ohio, elsewhere in Iowa, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Nevada, Alabama, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Nebraska. But remember, this is a full-blown race to exegesis AI. That means Google is not alone. Meta has already invested almost $25 billion in 20 different AI factories like this one, and they're just getting started. They can't build these new AI factories fast enough. For example, if you drive 150 miles east, you'll find another one of these projects in Davenport. Meta is planning to build a new AI factory over there the size of 248 football fields. They're building an even bigger AI factory in Cheyenne, Wyoming. That one will be the size of 715 football fields. And Google and Meta are not alone. If you drive about 130 miles east, you'll come across one of Microsoft's AI factories in West Des Moines. That facility was built specifically for OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. In fact, without that facility, the latest version of their AI, known as GPT 4.0, wouldn't be able to operate. But remember, all these versions of large language models like the GPTs and everything we've seen in AI so far, they're just stepping stones towards the next generation of artificial intelligence, what I call exegesis AI. As one of Microsoft executives said, what's happening inside these facilities is going to change our lives and solve problems that we've never been able to solve. Thanks to these massive investments, we're seeing a rapid evolution of AI. In fact, just listen to what Elon Musk said recently. I've never seen any technology advance faster than this. The AI computer power coming online appears to be increasing by a factor of 10 every 6 months. We're really on the edge of probably the biggest technology revolution that has ever existed. Just look at the evolution of ChatGPT. OpenAI reported that the most recent version passed the uniform bar exam with a score that was 9 times higher than the previous version, scoring better than 90% of humans who take the test. And it's all thanks to what's happening inside these AI factories. All these billions of dollars invested in these AI factories is kicking off the second phase of this AI boom. The first phase of this boom was all about NVIDIA's chips. That's why shares of NVIDIA have jumped more than 20,000% since I first recommended it back in 2016. But going forward, I don't believe the biggest gains will come from NVIDIA. If this first phase of this AI boom was all about NVIDIA's chips, the next phase will be all about these AI factories and the data centers. So if you missed out on that first phase, please don't worry, because I believe we're now entering the second phase of this AI boom. And that's not just me saying it. Even Goldman Sachs wrote about it in a note to its clients. Just listen to this. If NVIDIA represents the first phase of the AI trade, phase 2 will be about other companies that are helping to build AI-related infrastructure. Now, they're talking about the types of companies that I'm going to tell you about today. And if you buy them now, I believe you'll have a chance to make more money than you ever thought possible. And I say this because that's exactly what happened with infrastructure plays during the internet buildup in the 1990s. For example, look at internet networking and communications equipment firm Juniper Networks. In the mid-2000s, I was actually the president of this company's subsidiary in Japan for a couple of years. In the 1990s alone, shares jumped an incredible 2,600%, which is enough to turn $1,000 into more than $27,000. Telecom equipment maker JDS Uniphase jumped more than 70,000%. That was enough to turn $1,000 into a $704,000 nest egg. And shares of EMC Corp, which makes data storage software and equipment, went much higher. It exploded high enough to turn a small stake of $1,000 into more than $1.4 million. Now, of course, these gains are the top winners during the internet buildup in the 1990s. But my point is, when you can turn such a small stake, just $1,000, into an entire nest egg, it could really change your financial future. And that's why I'm here today. I believe history is repeating itself, but instead of fiber optic cables and internet routers and other communications equipment, the boom now is happening in these AI data centers and all the equipment that they need to operate. They're filled up with computer hardware such as servers from top to bottom, stacked on top of each other. These are essentially high-powered computers that process extremely large amounts of data. The last time you bought something on Amazon or scrolled through your friend's posts on Instagram or watched a Netflix show or looked for directions on Google Maps, that information probably came from one of these data center servers. Now, here's the problem. We simply don't have enough of them to develop and power the next generation of AI, to exegesis AI. We need more data centers urgently, not next month, not tomorrow, right now. That's why big tech is investing hundreds of billions to build new ones. And I found a company that's perfectly positioned to profit from this boom. But before I give you all the details, let me play a short clip for you, because I recently traveled to Virginia to investigate this boom in data centers. Check this out. Today, I'm in Ashburn, Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. Most people don't know this, but this is one of the most important 30 square mile patches of real estate in the entire world. The reason? Well, this area hosts so many data centers that up to 70% of the world's internet traffic flows through the data centers located right here. In other words, most of the world's entire internet relies on the internet routers and computer services that are located here. Now, there are about 129 data centers around here with over 10 million square feet of data center space. It's already the world's largest concentration of data centers. Meta, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Equinix, NTT, and dozens of other firms all have massive data centers in this area. And right behind me is one of Amazon Web Services' many expansive data centers in this area. But with all these big tech companies locked in a race towards exegesis AI, this is still not enough. They need to build more data centers to develop and run such a powerful AI. Just listen to what the founder of Dell Computers, Michael Dell, said. There definitely needs to be a big build out of data center capacity. There are already lots of projects all over the country and around the world, but we could need 100 times more of these data centers in 10 years than we have today. That's why the city here is aggressively rezoning residential tracts of land as industrial just to make room for more AI factories. So I don't believe this boom in data centers is going to stop anytime soon. Think about that. 100 times more data centers. This is an unprecedented boom. Aside from building new ones, the existing data centers in the US will also have to receive a major upgrade because they were not built to support the kind of computational power that runs artificial intelligence. That's why NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang recently made this prediction. Every single data center, 100% of the $1 trillion worth of infrastructure will be completely changed. And there will be new infrastructure built on top of that. Simply put, if our data centers don't upgrade their network and computing infrastructure, then they won't be able to handle the coming tsunami of AI workloads. For example, as a former senior executive for two of the most successful semiconductor companies in history, I can tell you that most data centers today were not designed to support the high power requirements of racks of AI servers. But I found a company that's working together with NVIDIA to develop servers and other data center equipment that were specifically designed for this next generation of AI. And I believe this company will be the biggest beneficiary of this race towards exegesis AI. And shares are still cheap because this company is not like NVIDIA. It gets virtually zero attention from the media. So it's completely flying under the radar. I call it NVIDIA's silent partner because this is the one strategic partner that NVIDIA never speaks about publicly. It has also been called an AI sleeping giant, and I bet 99.99% of people don't know this company is involved in this AI revolution. But it's already cashing in on this data center boom. Sales of this AI technology company have more than doubled in the most recent quarter. And it's already providing key data center infrastructure to big players like Microsoft and Amazon. That's why a total of 37 analysts on Wall Street have rated this stock as a buy. Now, I believe we're about to see a tsunami of institutional money flowing into this stock. I mean, if we think about this logically, we're seeing a historic boom in these AI data centers. Michael Dell believes we'll need 100 times more data centers. They're already popping up all over the country. And according to NVIDIA's CEO, all the 5,392 existing data centers in the US will need to be upgraded. All these data centers will need this company's product. And that's why I believe demand for its technology is about to go through the roof, sending shares higher than most people can imagine. Now, I put all the details inside a special report called NVIDIA's Silent Partner, How to Profit from the AI Data Center Boom. And inside, you'll find all my analysis, including the name and ticker symbol. And I'd like to email you this report today. And remember, This is just the first stock in my new AI model portfolio. I found 4 others that I believe are set to profit from Exegesis AI, including a company that has just partnered with Bill Gates to create the next-gen smartphones and PCs, and an Elon Musk supplier that I believe will play a key role in this new Exegesis AI project, a project that he believes will be bigger than Tesla. Now, I'll give you all the details on those other stocks in just a moment. But first, you might be wondering, what exactly is Exegesis AI? What does it mean? Well, exegesis means to deeply understand a body of information, the context within which it was written, and to have the ability to interpret that information and extract deeper insights and provide an explanation. Now, this is, of course, exactly what the human brain is capable of doing. So when we think about what's happening with artificial intelligence right now, we essentially have a synthetic mind that can learn, solve complex problems, and extract deeper insights. And I'm referring to an AI that can think for itself. Computer scientists call this artificial general intelligence, or more commonly known as AGI. And it's coming faster than most people expect. The reality is that while human intelligence has its natural limitations, machine intelligence, on the other hand, is growing very fast, exponentially fast. Every single minute of every day, we generate more than 227,000 terabytes of data. That's enough to fill up the memory of 227,000 iPhones every single minute. That's a lot of data. And the only limit to machine intelligence is the computational power to process all of that data. With all these investments in computer power and data centers and storage, it's only a matter of time before machines can think just like humans. My prediction is that it's going to happen by 2026. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens sooner. Just listen to what Elon Musk said recently. AI will probably be smarter than any single human in 2025. And by 2029, AI is probably smarter than all humans combined. Now, this is coming from one of the smartest people on the planet, the guy who's been at the forefront of this technology with Tesla's self-driving AI. The bottom line is, as long as we continue to train AI models using ever greater amounts of computational power and data, I believe it will inevitably lead to artificial general intelligence. And I found 5 stocks that are set to profit from this AI revolution. Now, I already told you about NVIDIA's silent partner that's set to profit from the AI data center boom, but I'm also excited about another company that has just partnered with Microsoft. Together, they're planning to revolutionize the PC industry once again. And just recently, Microsoft launched a new version of personal computers that they call Copilot Plus. It's going to start hitting retail stores soon, and I believe it's the biggest Microsoft development since Windows 95, which was the first version that had the modern Windows feel. I mean, this isn't just one of those Windows upgrades where you can barely tell the difference from the last version. This computer is powered by an AI that scientists have said, and I quote, could reasonably be viewed as an early version of an artificial general intelligence system. Now remember, I believe soon this new type of AI will be smarter than any single human. So imagine having that intelligence at your fingertips in your own personal computer. Just to give you an idea, this new generation of Windows PCs with built-in AI capabilities is already showing 58% faster processing power than the latest MacBook Air. That's why Microsoft is expecting to sell 50 million units of these PCs in the next 12 months. But I'm actually not here to recommend shares of Microsoft. You see, at the end of December of 2021, I predicted Microsoft would help popularize AI, and it's happening now. But over the last year or so, shares of Microsoft have more than doubled already. So if you missed out on those gains, I have good news. I found a company that's helping Microsoft build these AI-powered PCs. It's perfectly positioned to profit from this new PC revolution. It's a company that's 16 times smaller than Microsoft, which means there's plenty of upside potential ahead. And I added this stock to my new model portfolio because I know that investing in Bill Gates' partners can be quite profitable. For example, during the first PC revolution in the 1990s, Compaq was one of the major PC manufacturers that used Microsoft's operating systems. And had you invested $1,000 into it, it would have grown to more than $33,000 in the 1990s. Or just look at Intel. It was a key supplier of chips for PCs running Microsoft Windows operating system. In the 90s, shares jumped high enough to turn $1,000 into almost $50,000. And it was the same story with AOL, another company that partnered with Microsoft in the 1990s. Had you invested $1,000 in it, it would have grown to $1.1 million that decade. As you can see, during the first wave of the PC revolution, you could have turned a small stake into massive gains investing in the right Microsoft partner. Now, of course, I can't promise gains this high, but I believe we're going to see something similar with this new wave of AI-powered PCs. That's why I put all the details inside another bonus report called How to Profit from Bill Gates' New PC Revolution. And I'll show you how to claim this report in just a moment. But first, you should know that it's not just personal computers. We'll all soon be carrying the power of AI in our pockets. As the New York Times wrote, every year, Apple and Google announce major software updates that bring new features to our smartphones. And this year, the changes will feel more radical because the companies are focusing on reinventing our phones with artificial intelligence. That's right, I'm talking about AI-powered smartphones. For example, look at the next generation of iPhones. In mid-2024, Apple introduced its brand new proprietary AI ecosystem called Apple Intelligence. And Apple is planning to use this breakthrough to turn its iPhone into a hyper-personalized AI assistant. I'm talking about a powerful system that understands and responds to our speech and can quickly analyze data to assist us with research and decision-making. Now, if you've ever watched the Iron Man movies, I'm sure you can see the value of having an intelligent personal assistant like Jarvis. And that's why Wedbush analyst Dan Ives said that Apple is headed for an AI-driven massive upgrade cycle and predicted that Apple will be the gatekeepers of the consumer AI revolution. But instead of investing directly in Apple, I believe you could make more money investing in the right Apple supplier. Just look what happened with some of the best performing Apple suppliers when it kicked off the smartphone revolution. Had you invested $1,000 in Skyworks Solutions when Apple released the first iPhone, it would have grown to almost $30,000. Or have a look at Micron. It began supplying chips to Apple in July of 2012. Much like Skyworks Solutions, shares have skyrocketed as high as 2,200%. That's enough to turn $1,000 into $23,000. And it's the same story with Cirrus Logic, which has been supplying Apple with audio chips since 2009. Had you invested $1,000 in it, you would have almost $27,000 today. Now, Apple has over 200 suppliers, so it can be hard to find which ones are worth investing in. But after months of research, I found a company that's supplying Apple with a key piece of technology. And when I say key, I mean Apple would not be able to have an AI-powered phone without this company. You see, today's AI chips are almost entirely designed by one company, NVIDIA. It's estimated that NVIDIA controls 80% of the market. And it's a big reason why shares of NVIDIA have skyrocketed by more than 20,000% since I first recommended it. In fact, the most important and widely used AI chip in the world today is NVIDIA's A100 GPU. Well, this Apple supplier has just developed an AI chip that's even more powerful than that. It has 50 times the computing power of NVIDIA's H100 chip. Researchers at Los Alamos National Laboratories recently tested this new chip, and they were shocked. It performed 179 times faster than the world's most powerful supercomputer. And that's why I believe this Apple supplier will have an impact well beyond just Apple and AI smartphones. I believe its chips will help power all the next big AI innovations coming in the near future. And that's why legendary investors on Wall Street are pouring a ridiculous amount of money into what could be the next NVIDIA. Billionaire Ken Griffin, the founder of the largest hedge fund in the world, Citadel, also took a stake. This is the man who made $16 billion in profits in 2022, the biggest annual windfall in the history of hedge funds. And get this, he recently dumped more than $1.1 billion worth of NVIDIA shares. Instead, he's now betting big on this company that could be the next NVIDIA. Famous billionaire Ken Fisher has poured almost $5 billion into this company as well. Stephen Cohen, Cathie Wood, Paul Tudor Jones, George Soros, they're all investing hundreds of millions of dollars combined in this company. These are the absolute kings of Wall Street. So let's ask ourselves, why are they all betting on this company most people have never heard of? I believe they're doing it because this company truly has the potential to become the next NVIDIA. In fact, Motley Fool recently predicted this company will follow NVIDIA's footsteps and reach a $1 trillion valuation. I put all the details, including the name and ticker symbol, into another report, How to Profit from the Next NVIDIA. And I'll tell you how to claim this report in just a moment. But first, I want to tell you about another incredible opportunity. See, Elon Musk has been working on a new AI product that, according to Goldman Sachs, could become the next must-have device, just like smartphones. I'm talking about humanoid robots powered by artificial general intelligence. Now, I know that sounds like science fiction, but check this out. Elon Musk already built humanoid robots, what he calls Optimus, and he recently revealed footage of them walking around Tesla's headquarters and on Tesla's factory floors. And Elon predicted that in the future, everyone will want to own one of these Tesla robots. So let's say these robots are sold for around $25,000 each, which is the target price. I estimate there is a market demand for at least 1 billion humanoid robots in the world. That's a $25 trillion market. The company or companies that dominate this market will be worth trillions. And that's why I'm extremely bullish on Tesla right now. They're leading the way. In fact, Elon Musk believes that the majority of Tesla's long-term value will come from Optimus. Now, even though shares of Tesla have already jumped up to 1,700% since I first recommended it to my readers, I still believe it has more upside potential. But aside from Tesla, I'm also recommending shares of a smaller Elon Musk supplier. This little-known company is already supplying Tesla with a key piece of sensor technology that enables its AI self-driving car software. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up supplying Optimus with those sensors as well. In fact, Morgan Stanley just recommended this stock as one of the key ways to play this robotics trend, and they're not alone. While most people are in the dark, a total of 45 hedge funds are investing in this little-known stock, and I don't want you to be left out, which is why I put all the details inside another bonus report called How to Profit from Elon Musk's Robotics Revolution. Inside, you'll find my complete analysis, including the name and the ticker symbol. All these reports I've mentioned so far, all these reports you see on your screen are available to you right now. I highly recommend that you claim them before that event that I mentioned earlier. It's scheduled to happen around November 19th. You see, I believe this entire AI boom that we're seeing now can be traced back to a single event back on May 24th, 2023. That's when NVIDIA had its historic blowout earnings announcement and reported sales much higher than anyone expected. That's when everyone realized the AI boom, it wasn't just a fad. And since that announcement, shares of NVIDIA jumped as high as 301%. But it wasn't just NVIDIA. NVIDIA's sales revealed the real extent of the AI boom. So it triggered a rally in many other AI companies. Shares of Broadcom went on a 165% rally. Meta jumped as high as 115%. ANET, a company I actually recommended to my readers 5 years ago, also more than doubled. Palo Alto Networks, a company I recommended in 2017, also exploded higher. Well, NVIDIA is slated to report earnings again around November 19th, and it could have a major impact on the AI market. The reality is, this isn't just about NVIDIA's sales numbers. NVIDIA is constantly releasing new, more powerful chips, so its upcoming announcement could give us a sense on how fast computational power is advancing. And that's why I believe this announcement could trigger a major boom in the stocks that I'm recommending today. And it's why I'm urging you to claim all these reports that you see on your screen right now before it's too late. So, how can you get started? Well, I actually want to send you all these reports to you 100% free of charge. And all I ask in return is that you try out my monthly research service called the Near Future Report for the next 60 days at no risk to your subscription. The Near Future Report is where I publish my best investment ideas every month, and I call it the Near Future Report because the future is coming much, much faster than we think. Technology is moving so fast that it's really hard for most of us to keep up. And I'm sure you've noticed it. By the time we hear about it from the mainstream media, it's already too late. Shares have already popped. And the big money has been made. That's how most people end up missing out on big investment opportunities, and that's where I can help. In the pages of the Near Future Report, I focus on identifying and profiting from big trends on the verge of mass adoption. And thanks to my 30 plus years of experience as a senior tech executive of major public tech companies, and my experience as an angel investor with over 200 investments in tech startups, I can see tech trends months, if not years, before they become breaking news on mainstream media. That's how I was able to pick Tesla before shares jumped as high as 1,700% over the years. That's how I picked NVIDIA as my favorite stock in February of 2016, right before shares exploded more than 20,000% over the couple years that followed. And how I picked Bitcoin before it exploded as high as 29,000%. Now, aside from showing you early stage trends and giving you a chance to get ahead of everyone else, in the pages of the Near Future Report, I'll also help you navigate the ups and downs of the stock market. For example, on March 17th of 2020, amid peak pandemic hysteria, I sent an urgent video to my readers and made a bold call. We actually have a clip of that. Let me play it for you. Things are absolutely going to get better. I believe that we're in one of those windows that will be probably the best opportunity to make investments over the course of the next decade. 3 days later, the stock market began a historic bounce back. Since then, the S&P 500 has more than doubled, but some of my picks from my model portfolio jumped much higher. If you had held on past their original recommendations and sold at their peak, you could have made as much as 2,392% in NVIDIA. Arista Networks as much as 769%. Palo Alto Networks 679%. And Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing 315%. These were all market-beating gains. Now remember, you can try the Near Future Report for the next 60 days with no risk to your subscription. And when you do, I'll immediately send you all the special reports that I've mentioned so far, completely free of charge. Normally, a 1-year subscription to the Near Future Report costs $499. But because this NVIDIA announcement is right around the corner, I'm going to give you a special discount because I don't want the price to be an issue. And I really don't want you to miss out. But before I give you the details on this discount, there's one more special report that I'd like to give you today. You see, I believe AI is about to turn the entire healthcare industry into a tech industry, and we're about to see a revolution in medical devices, imaging, robotic surgery, and AI-developed drugs that I predict will treat many diseases. For example, there are more than 6,000 known genetic diseases that have no cure or therapy today, including cancer. But I believe AI will help map our genes with incredible precision, allowing doctors to develop tailor-made solutions for every patient according to their specific DNA. And that's why Forbes wrote, breakthroughs in this genome field will ultimately allow billions of people to live longer and healthier lives. And the companies that will make this happen will reap fortunes. Investors who understand this stand to make a fortune in the coming years. And I found a company that's leading this revolution. It just built a new AI algorithm that predicts whether a given genetic mutation will cause disease. Their AI is kind of like ChatGPT, but instead of being trained on human language, it was trained on genome sequences. So I believe this company's AI will be able to analyze our genes and help us treat diseases even before they develop and before it's too late to be cured. I put all the details inside another report called The End of Diseases, the AI company behind the genetic revolution. And it's also yours free of charge the moment you take this risk-free trial to the near future report. Now remember, the normal price for a one-year subscription is $499, but today you'll get a huge discount. You can begin your risk-free trial for just $199. And remember, I'm not even asking for any type of long-term commitment. You can just try it out and decide later if it's right for you. I'll give you 60 days to test out the service at no risk. And if during that period you find that you're not getting the most valuable and cutting-edge tech investing research that you've ever seen, or for any other reason at all, you can simply call our customer service team and cancel your subscription. We'll give you a full refund, no questions asked, and we'll let you keep everything that you received as a subscriber at no charge. That's right. You can keep all the issues. You can keep all those special reports that you see on your screen. You can keep everything. This means that there's no risk to you at all for this offer. So to get started, simply click on the button below and you'll be taken to another page where you can review everything one last time. Now look, if you're still not sure the near future report is right for you, let me share a few emails that I got from my readers, and maybe that will help you decide. Tim says, Jeff, I have been investing and working in the technology industry since 1985. Your insight and experience is easily the best I have ever read. I'm in my first year with you and I've made good money with your recommendations. Thank you. Jason wrote in saying, hi, Jeff. Just wanted to thank you for all your hard work and great newsletters. I belong to all of them and I find you have the best insight than any subscription I've had. Now I just focus on your recommendations and emails. Ruan says, I've been a loyal subscriber for some time now and greatly admire and appreciate the work that you do to bring us readers such quality recommendations. Your newsletters are well worth their weight in gold. And Leonard says, just wanted you all to know that this is the most trustworthy news and picks I ever came across. Hands down. My portfolio is nothing now but Jeff's picks, and I'm very pleased with how well they're performing. The best newsletter published, period. Keep up the great work, Leonard S. Well, all I can say is I'm humbled by these stories and this great feedback. You could be the next success story, so please click on that button to get started. And I want to remind you that all investments carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future success. And please do not invest more than you're willing to lose. Now, I know I've covered a lot of ground so far, so just to recap, here's everything that you get when you take this risk-free subscription to the Near Future Report. 12 months of my best investment ideas. Every month, you'll get a brand new issue of the Near Future Report with my top way of playing AI, blockchain, robotics, self-driving cars, and all the most exciting tech trends of our time. Bonus number 1, NVIDIA's silent partner, how to profit from the AI data center boom. Inside this report, I'll tell you about a company that's quickly becoming a leader in AI data center infrastructure. And like I showed you today, we're in the midst of a historic build-out. Remember, during the internet build-out, some of the best infrastructure plays skyrocketed for gains of 2,600%, 70,000%, and even 146,000%. And I'm expecting something similar for these AI infrastructure plays. This report will give you all the details that you need to know. Bonus 2, how to profit from Bill Gates' new PC revolution. And inside this report, I'll tell you about a company that partnered with Microsoft to kick off a second PC revolution. Personal computers powered by artificial intelligence. There's also a lot of money on the line here because during the 90s PC revolution, shares of some of Microsoft partners skyrocketed for unbelievable gains of 3,220%, 4,800%, and even 111,000%. So make sure you read this report right away. Bonus number 3 is called How to Profit from the Next NVIDIA. And inside, I'll tell you about a company that has just developed an AI chip that's 50 times more powerful than NVIDIA's H100 chip. And this is the same company that's supplying Apple with a chip for its new iPhone. And that's why virtually all the big players on Wall Street have money on this stock. You'll also get bonus number 4, how to profit from Elon Musk's robotic revolution. Elon Musk believes this is a $25 trillion opportunity, and I found an Elon Musk supplier that I believe will end up playing a key role in this robotics revolution. Find out its name, ticker symbol, and all the details inside this report. You'll also get bonus number 5, the end of diseases, the AI company behind the genetic revolution. Now remember, this is a company that has developed an AI that maps out our genes with incredible precision, allowing doctors to develop tailor-made solutions for us according to our own specific genes. Now, I believe this is going to be a game changer and save a lot of lives. And for that reason, I believe a lot of people will get rich with this stock. Now, aside from all these special reports, you'll also get full 24/7 access to our members-only website, and that's where you can access all the issues, all the special reports, video updates, and our model portfolio, where you can see all the current open positions. And you'll get full support from my team. My customer support team is located in Delray Beach, Florida. Please feel free to call or email them for any help that you need with your subscription. But please remember, they cannot offer personalized investment advice. Please click below to get started because, like I showed you here today, once NVIDIA makes this announcement, it could send many of the stocks I'm recommending today skyrocketing to unbelievable highs. Remember, last year alone, this AI stock frenzy helped mint 500,000 new millionaires in the US last year alone. Don't you think you deserve a chance to be one of them? It's not too late for you to participate in this boom, but soon I believe it will be too late. So please don't be left out. I believe the simple decision to act today could set you up financially for the rest of your life. I'm sure you'll make the right decision for you and your loved ones. Just click the button below to get started, and I look forward to welcoming you to the near future report. Thanks for watching.